Day 5 of the 2017-2018 NBA season. You guys remember yesterday during the news video how I told you guys about the reporter that asked Giannis if he believes he's on the level of LeBron James yet. And Giannis said that he's not and doesn't want to think about it. Well, Giannis, you really might need to start thinking about it soon because what you're doing right now is unreal. Giannis had yet another monster game last night, the best scoring game of his career so far. 44 points on 17 of 23 shooting. That is 74% from the field. How many players do you know can score 44 points on 74% shooting? And it's not even like all these shots he made were easy either. There was this one I remember where Evan Turner found him like 2 or 3 times on the shot and Giannis still nailed it, nothing but net. And once again, the guy also has that forget everything, we're not losing this game factor too, because he scored 17 of his 44 points in the fourth quarter, including dunking the ball with around 10 seconds left to give the Bucks the 111-110 lead. But he wasn't even done there. After that, the Blazers still had a chance to win it, but once again, Giannis had that we're not losing this game no matter what switch turned on, as Jusuf Nurkic had a clear lane, or at least he thought he had a clear lane to the rim for the easy score, but in comes Giannis to annihilate that shot and send Nurkic to the ground. Bucks win 113-110, and this was a win that Giannis really wanted because after the game, he wrote a note on the ball saying, "This is for daddy. We got a win tonight," after Giannis' father passed away last month. Giannis Antetokounmpo is insane, man. And it was a really good game too. Giannis took over in the fourth, but Damian Lillard was also doing his thing in the fourth quarter as well. He was having a quiet game until the final period when he dropped 16 points to finish with 26. McCollum also at 26, and Nurkic had 17 points and 11 rebounds. Other than Giannis' 44 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, Middleton also at 18 for Milwaukee. What is it about the Grizzlies that gets to the Warriors? I mean, since the Warriors became a dominant team in the NBA, I mean, the Warriors have still won more often than not against the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies always give them a hard time. And last night, Memphis gave the Warriors a really hard time as they got the 111-101 win behind Marc Gasol's 34 points and 13 rebounds. And the Warriors weren't happy at all with this one. If Stephen Curry gets ejected, then you know that the Warriors really weren't happy. Under a minute left to go in the game, Curry hits the layup but thinks he gets fouled, doesn't get the whistle, and just snaps. He goes off, chucking his mouthpiece towards the officials, not at, according to Curry, since after the game he said, "If I tried to throw it at him and hit him, I've got pretty good aim," which resulted in immediate ejection. And then KD, being loyal to Steph Curry, was like, "Anywhere Curry goes, I go." So he argued with the ref until he was also ejected from the game, and on his way out, Memphis fans heckled him a bit and he held up his ring finger to remind them that he has a ring, I guess. Curry had 37 points and KD had 29 points and 13 rebounds for Golden State. What on earth happened here? The Cleveland Cavaliers getting blown out by the Orlando Magic? That's insane. And I guess here's what essentially happened. The Orlando Magic were hitting just about all their threes, and the Cleveland Cavaliers could barely hit any of their threes. 17 for 35 from deep for Orlando and 7 of 25 from deep for the Cavs. And anytime Iman Shumpert was your best player, you know you're in trouble. Shumpert had 21 points and 7 rebounds for the Cavs while hitting 4 of the 7 triples the Cavs made on the night, while Vucevic had 23 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and Jonathan Simmons had 19 off the bench. 114-93 was the final score. Good news and bad news for the Clippers. Good news is you guys became the second team already this year to blow the Phoenix Suns out by 40+ points. Bad news is we have another injury to report. Milos Teodosic, the overseas rookie who makes some of the nicest looking passes you will ever see, had to be carried off the court yesterday after going down with a foot injury. There has been no further word on the injury right now, but considering he couldn't really walk or put pressure on it, it's not looking good at all, which is a huge blow for the Clippers. And this injury stuff is really starting to get on my nerves. It's been less than a week and we already have at least 10 injuries. 2 of them, maybe even 3 now, depending on the severity of this injury, being season-ending injuries. Like, what is going on? Blake Griffin had another really good game for LA with 29 points, while the rookie Josh Jackson had 12 points and 4 steals for the Suns before falling out 130-88. was the final score. The Utah Jazz defense is looking better than ever this season. After yesterday's win against the Thunder, they are now 2-1 on the year, and yeah, defensively they are just crushing their opponents. Even with the new additions of Carmelo Anthony and Paul George to the team, the Oklahoma City Thunder still failed to even score 90 points against Utah, 96-87 being the final score. Joe Ingles had 19 for Utah, while Rudy Gobert and Ricky Rubio added 16 apiece. A really off night from Russell Westbrook though, as he only had 6 points on 2 of 11 shooting to go along with 13 rebounds and 9 assists. PG-13 had 22 and Melo scored 26 for OKC. I almost gave up on life during this one. Second quarter, Pistons losing by 21 points to the New York Knicks. It was looking like it was about to be a really bad night, but you know, if one team can go up by 21, why can't the other team come back from 21? And that's exactly what the Pistons did to end the second quarter and to start the third quarter. And once a team eliminates a huge lead like that, they are more often than not the team that comes away with the win. And that is exactly what the Pistons did last night behind Andre Drummond and his 21 points, 11 rebounds, and Tobias Harris and his 31 points. I will admit though, we could not stop Porzingis to save our lives. I don't think anyone can actually stop Porzingis though. He had 33 points on the night, and he is about to score a lot of points for the Knicks this year. 111-107 the final score. Texas showdown between the Dallas Mavericks and the Houston Rockets, but it was more like a Texas beatdown because the Rockets were decimating the Mavericks last night. 107-91 was the final score, but that score makes the game seem even closer than it was. Heading into the fourth quarter, the Rockets led 92-58. Looked like it was about to be a 50-point win. However, the Mavs just weren't going to allow that to happen, so they rallied in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Rockets 33-15 to make the scores seem more respectable. 29 points and 7 assists for James Harden, while Yogi and JJ had 19 apiece for Dallas. The Bulls' major threat on offense this year is a Justin Holiday, Robin Lopez pick and roll. Do I even have to say who won this game? Chicago fans, this is going to be the worst best season you guys have had in a long time. You need to tank and rebuild. That's what you're doing. Enjoy watching Markkanen develop because he's played pretty well in his first 2 games, had 13 points, 12 rebounds in this one, but don't watch if you're expecting the Bulls to beat anyone. 87-77 was the final score as the Spurs continued to go to LaMarcus Aldridge like the Portland Trailblazers were going to LaMarcus Aldridge. He had another good game, 28 points and 10 rebounds. I'm telling y'all, Joel Embiid is what at least allows the Sixers to compete with these other teams. Sure, with him, they still lost both their games so far this season, but those games were at least really close. He sat out tonight as he's not allowed to play back-to-backs, and the Sixers got blown out by the Raptors. They just couldn't stop DeMar DeRozan at all. DeRozan scored an extremely efficient 30 points on 8 of 12 shooting, hitting 14 of his 16 free throw attempts. Ben Simmons did have a near triple-double though for Philly with 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. But unfortunately, we do have yet another injury to report in this one as Jonas Valanciunas went down for the Toronto Raptors with a sprained ankle and did not return to the game. 128-94 was the final score. Whiteside out with a bruised knee and Miles Turner out with concussion, and the Pacers' fourth quarter rally in the final minutes fell short as the Heat hang on to secure the 112-108 win. Oladipo and Sabonis both played really well for Indy though, 23 from Depot and 18 points and 12 rebounds from Bonus, while Dragic scored 23 from Miami and Dion Waiters himself chipped in for a majestic 19. The Aaron Fox is really good, bro. Watching the kid play, he's like a streak of lightning on the court. He gets the ball on one end and is gone. There is nothing the defense can do to try and keep up with him, I swear. He has a nice little midi and can get to the rim with ease. I know George Hill might be the better player right now and he is the veteran on the team, but I'm all for seeing Fox start just to give him as many minutes as possible. He had 18 points and 5 rebounds on the night and is averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists on the season. Not bad at all for a rookie coming off the bench, but it wasn't enough as the Nuggets get the 96-79 win. Nikola Jokic does not care about scoring, only took 3 shots yesterday, 0 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Dude is too unselfish. Millsap and Fareed each scored 18 for Denver. That wraps up all the action from day 5. You guys can go vote for the player of the day by following the link down in the description box below. Just remember that only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. Yesterday, you guys picked Lonzo Ball and his 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists as your player of the day, and that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to stay tuned for the NBA news video coming out later today. But until then, I'll see you guys.